Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and this video is addressed to the year 4000. Now ladies and gentlemen of the future, if humanity has made it that far, I put a lot of faith into you people, but I'm pretty sure you won't make it past the next 30 years if I'm alive. Okay, I'm pretty sure humanity may not make it out of 2045, I'm just putting that as a final stage. But let's say that you have, and you're sitting in the year 4000 with your fancy flying skateboards and malt shops, I don't care, then I'll take you back to a dark time for humanity, and that was dealing with the anus that is Windows 10. Truly, if you ask 99.9% of humanity in the year 2020, they will agree with you that Windows 10 is like cancer. It's like that weird uncle you fucking put up with at the goddamn family reunion, but you don't want him there. Nobody wants Uncle there. No one likes Uncle, but Uncle has to stay because, oh, he's family. Oh, he's a weird one. Oh, he talks a lot about the Vietnam War. And that's just how it is, okay? He's the one goddamn uncle you can't get rid of. But you know what? I usually could sit here and be angry, but let me give you context. So I work as a video editor, you know, and unfortunately I have to deal with two evils, Mac or Windows. Now, I usually think Macs are really dumb. Okay, I don't really like buying their overpriced crap, so I buy the same price stuff from the Windows spectrum, you know, Windows laptop, that has really great specs, but it has just one problem. The cancer that is Windows 10. So I have Windows 10 running on the system. So a couple nights ago, I was working on a couple of videos. One of them for my work, two of them for YouTube. So I actually lost all of that footage. Well, not the footage. I lost the project files. I lost all the hours of work I put into that over just Windows 10 deciding to, oh man, we should update because Muta's sleeping right now. Let's do him a solid. Oh, you really did me a solid there, Windows. Whoa, Microsoft, that's a real cool policy you have. But let me just put it into context. So I'm working at night on my laptop. It's all fine and dandy. I even tell Windows 10, hey, don't update until I tell you to. Don't do anything. I guess those settings don't matter. It don't care. Windows 10 has got a mind of its own. It's like HAL 9000, dude. I don't care. If it's gonna update, it's gonna update, all right? If it's gonna do what it wants, it does what it wants. So I work all the way up to like 12 o'clock, okay? I'm just midnight, I work, and then I'm like, oh crap, dude, the sun's been down for a while, better go to sleep. Oh, I get out of my chair, close the lid on my laptop, go to bed, have a nice sleep, I'm dreaming of good things, okay? I've got sheep jumping over fences. Oh, I wake up, little stretch, brush my teeth, fucking take a shower, make a coffee. Oh man, I should get back to work on my laptop. It's a nice day. Open up my lid. Oh, the computer's fully off. Now this is a scary sign, okay? You wanna know why it's scary? Usually it would be sleeping, but when that laptop's off and I didn't turn it off, ooh, it's bad. So I open up my laptop, I press that power button, and here I am praying to God right now that it fires up. And then the dreaded reset this PC screen comes up, which is basically Microsoft's way of saying, ha, 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 you're fucked. And oh, was I nice, plump, and fucked, boys and girls. I was ready to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I probably spent about an hour and a half trying to fix Windows 10. I tried everything. I tried resetting the PC. I tried using system restore points, which didn't work. Nothing worked from Microsoft's little toolbox to fix my stuff except for, hey, you want to get rid of everything and just reinstall Windows 10? I mean, come on, it's not like you were working on anything important or anything like that. I even went so far as to, get an image of Arch Linux, fire up a little DOS terminal going on, or just a command shell, mounting those Windows drives, trying to get my data out of it, just getting my Adobe Premiere Pro project files. Let me tell you something, if Windows Update fails, which in this case it did, then, oh, guess what? Those drives are unclean. You can't even mount them. You can't get your shit off of them. So an hour and a half into this repair process, I just said, you know what, man, screw it. I'm not gonna waste a day trying to fix Windows 10. I might as well just cut my losses, get that footage again, which luckily I wasn't, I had all that stuff backed up. So nothing of true value was lost but my time, which I guess is value in of itself. So I decided to say, I'll cut my losses, get rid of this Windows 10, re-image this computer, start working again. So I get to work one more time, finish all my stuff, and that's the end of that. But I looked into why it actually happened. What did Windows 10 fail? And to this point, there's a billion things that go with it that just make me realize why I built Billy the good old I run everything computer type deal. And that's because virtualizing Windows 10 not only gave me better performance, but it saved me from all the crap that could happen. This wasn't the first time Windows 10 updates ever failed on me. There's a funny thing about Windows 10 updating, and I'm going to give you all a little educational deal for this, okay? Especially those in the year 4000. I'm sure Microsoft, if it exists at that point, probably has fixed this. I'm not counting on it. But here's what the problem is. Let's say you have a computer in the middle of the range, right? Like nothing too fancy, nothing too old. You're probably going to be fine. Now, if you have a computer that's like, you know, booty cheeks, okay, like the ass end of Intel HD graphics, maybe like you got like two processors, not like two cores running on your computer. One of them is hyper-threaded. You know, you really only have one core on your computer. You know, you're well below minimum requirements for Windows 10. Like every time you try to fire up your computer, it's like the guy at the used car dealership just saying, "Bro, I just ran your credit, brother. What are you even doing inside my car dealership?" If you have that rig, you're screwed on an update. If you're living on the cutting, bleeding edge of computing technology, you're on the ass end of an update. See, Microsoft has a billion ways to send updates. In fact, I heard they're using artificial intelligence. Bro, if you're using AI to figure out how to update a computer, you've already lost the plot, okay? Updating a system shouldn't be this hard. And it doesn't extend to just computers. Any of Microsoft's product line is complete batshit when it updates. Xbox Ones. The worst console to update ever. I mean, if you're sitting there wanting to ever play on your Xbox One and you see the update screen, don't play that day. Just let it update, come back the next day, because it's going to take its sweet time updating. You know, unlike PlayStation, which updates in minutes, and Nintendo Switch, which updates in seconds, Xbox takes forever to update, just like Windows PCs. I mean, you have one of those big cumulative feature updates, you're screwed. I mean, your day, if you update, all right, consider it to take some time. It's going to restart like 7 or 8 times. And if you are truly as unlucky as I, you may just fail one of those steps and your PC gets stuck into that crap boot loop. And you're never getting your stuff out of it that way. You know, I know that this problem isn't exactly new. You know, it's been happening for a year plus now. Ever since Windows 10 became mandatory, you know, when Microsoft said, yeah, this is the only Microsoft Windows version we're supporting, okay? If you have Windows 7, eat a fat cock, you're out of the office. Either pay up millions to Microsoft or continue to use their new crap tier OS as a service. And, you know, at this point, it's gotten past the point where anybody can defend this. You know, as much shit as I give crapo computers, at least Macs update pretty infrequently. And they update properly, okay? Like, I just had a Mac OS Catalina update. Thing did it fine, all right? Yeah, it blanked out my screen. Yeah, I had to look at that Apple logo for a while, but it worked, okay? It didn't crap itself. It worked under a VM, okay? So in uncertain conditions, it worked fine. Windows, good luck, all right? You're sitting on a prayer. Now, I've been running Linux for about, you know, a while now, and there's very simple ways to update, okay? You fire up a command shell, you type in like 3 words, and it just updates for you. You can do a billion other things on the side. One of the most advantages over here is that there's also a fallback, at least on Linux, and I believe Mac as well too. You want to know what it is? I just had an update to my Linux system that screwed up the HDMI audio. I use the fallback kernel, okay? I can go into the boot and I can just say, hey, use the fallback. It's an older version, but it works. You want to know the problem with Windows 10? If an update fails, there's no fallback version of Windows 10 to use, okay? If an update fails, you can't just go back to it pre-update and say, oh, well, at least I can figure out, use my computer and, you know, extract my files, do what I can. No. No, it's gone, okay? You're using Windows 10, you fail it, gone. Everything is gone. You know, the biggest problem I've even had going into this too is that every 6 months, Windows has something called bit rot, okay? This is actually a real terminology. If you don't know about this stuff, there's things called data or software rot, which after a while when you're using something like Windows 10 or any piece of software sometimes that's, you know, in any case, you discover something where it becomes gunked up. And the problem with Windows 10 that I've always had is after 3 or 4 months of using it, it starts to gunk up. And I can see this visibly, you know, things take longer to load, things. It's not my hardware, it's just the fact that the software that it's running, Windows 10 in this case, is gunking up. So after all that update crap, after everything, eventually it goes to a point where you're getting serious performance degradations. And I've noticed this, you know, I install Windows 10 natively, play a game for a while like Rainbow Six Siege. 6 months down the road, the game is losing massive frames on average. In fact, it takes longer for me to load things up. My videos take longer to render. Over time, this cancer that I have starts to actually kill and degrade things on my computer. So yes, people in the year 4000, we truly live in a dark age where Windows 10 is still the most used operating system. And for whatever reason, Microsoft does not care. They don't care anymore. They don't give a shit. I feel like they genuinely do not care about how bad Windows 10 is. Because if they really freaking cared, okay, if they really gave a shit, Windows 10 would not be this bad. It isn't. It's the year 2020, and I'm still reaching a point where updates on my laptop or computer, if installed natively, can reach a point of failure. You know, I'm so glad I switched to Linux, and even using a Mac to edit videos on my Linux rig is a lot better than just using Windows 10 in any case, because even on a VM, I am always forced to reset it back to its original date after 6 months anyways, because no matter what, you will never avoid the software rotting issue of Windows 10. It doesn't happen on Unix-based systems, Linux, or Mac. It's honestly an inherent Windows 10 problem. And honestly, it even extends to the Xbox as well. Using an Xbox after like 6-7 months, you start to feel some sluggishness in the UI. I have no idea what Microsoft does, but not only can they not update their system right, but they have not gotten past the issue where this thing starts freaking degrading after 6 or 7 months. It's fucking weird. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to rant about it because I did lose 3 videos, but, you know, I made them all work, they're all set to go, and I'm out of it. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, I know it's a first world problem, but I kind of don't give a crap. At some point, somebody's going to have to talk about it. And you know what? I'm going to bring that pain hardcore to Windows 10. I don't care what Windows becomes afterward. I heard they're making something called Windows Core 10X or whatever the hell that comes out. Here's a tip, Microsoft. I don't care how great the system is. Can you fix the updates? That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking. I don't care how smooth it is. As long as you figure out the basic act of updating your system. That's all I can need, all right, ladies and gentlemen? This is me, Mutahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am looking at a goose malware tomorrow.